What is good, everyone? I'm back. I'm going to be doing today a New York Giants for this 2020-2021 season projected 53 roster. So if you are following football, you know that cuts are Saturday. So everyone's going to have their established football team for the new season by Saturday, or by the end of Saturday, and get ready for the week one opponent. So I just thought I'd make a video on who I'm projecting to make the squad. If you guys want me to do all of NFC East or just another division, just comment below. I'll do it. Yes, I'm a Giants fan, but I'm not that kind of biased Giants fan that people tend to think about that about Giants fans in general. It's mostly Cowboy fans, but no, I am a very realistic Giant fan. And I'm a fan. I'm not as, all right, that's a little, I was going to say I'm as much as a fan as the Giants as any team. All right, that's obviously not true, but I am a fan of the league in general. I'm a fan of all the outstanding players that there are in this league. So, I'm a student of the game. I watch football daily. So, I could do any other team you guys would like. So I'm just going to start with my Giants. I just want to see how accurate I could be. So I'll go back and check this end of Saturday or beginning Sunday. I'll go back and check this, see how accurate I was. So currently, if I'm correct, they have around almost like 81 right now on the roster. So this has to get cut down to 53. And for some reason, thinking about it in my head before I was doing it, I thought it'd be super easy. But then I started doing it, and I'm like, 53 is really not that many players. Like, it is not a lot of players. Like, out of that 53, there's kind of always going to be one position or two, maybe three positions that are just they really just don't have any depth. But we're just going to start from the top. So, quarterbacks. Daniel Jones is a given. Don't need to go too much in depth with that. Colt McCoy is coming out in camp as like the best QB2 you could have right now. He's just like balling out right now with everybody, like everyone in the receiving corps. Cooper Rush, I'm taking him over Alex Tanney. Reason being, the Jason Garrett connection. He's a former Cowboy. Under Jason Garrett. So that for me, that's the big thing. If it was anyone else, it'd probably be Alex Tanney. Just because he doesn't actually. There's a new system, so it's not even that he knows the system anymore. So there's no excuse for that. Yeah. So Cooper Rush will make the final cut for the 3 QBs that'll be left in the roster. So now we're gonna go to running backs. So Javon Leak was just cut recently, who I thought from Maryland was undrafted free agent. I thought he could be very valuable in the punt return or special teams, but I guess they thought differently. He was cut 2 days ago, I believe. So obviously Saquon, there's no discussion for that. Dion Lewis, he was a free agent acquisition this past offseason. Definitely a very, very respected and valuable two-back to have in your system, just because he's a good 3-down back, and he can also receive the ball, and he sneaks behind big linemen because how small he is. He uses it to his advantage. Honestly, if you watch his tape, you see that he actually uses his height to his advantage because he's like 5'8". Wayne Gallman, he's been having an incredible camp. Definitely, I think he's locked for RB3. Well, as you can see, he's the last real running back left. I only think they're going to stick with 3 and Eli Penny, which is what the Giants have been doing recently. Past couple of years, just keeping 3 running backs and the fullbacks, which is Penny. They love Penny. They love his blocking ability, so there's no reason he gets cut. And besides that, Feaster's been getting a little bit of hype around camp, but after League, there hasn't really been much talk about any other running back around camp. So we're gonna go down to wide receivers. Already at 8. Sterling Shepard, that's a given. He's a top 7, top 6 slot receiver in the league. he's just been doing it for 6 years now, and pretty consistent, and when he's not hurt, he's doing what he got to do. Number 9 is going to be Golden Tate, another well-respected vet. He still got it, man. I just saw a stat saying I think he's the leader since 2013 or 2012 of yak yards, which is insane for a receiver. And it's very good for Daniel Jones. So then we're going to go on Darius Slayton. He was a fourth round? No, he was a fourth round, pretty much standout. I mean, like, he came out and really proved that he should have been drafted earlier, because this guy's has very, very good upside. So yeah, he's definitely on the roster. Corey Coleman. There's talks around saying Corey Coleman looks like what he looked like in college, or what he looked like coming into the league when he was healthy. So I'm excited to see what he can do, especially on special teams. He's definitely going to be punt returning, kick returning, a whole bunch. Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty, and that is the players that are really not sure to be, made on the 53. And I'm going to have to go with Alex Bachman. Alex Bachman has, from what I've seen, has not missed a single catch, and he's just been the guy. They called him the rep stealer over there in camp. And when you get people that rep steal, it's just like guys that they know it. They don't mess it up. So they're just going to keep getting calls from their coach and whatnot to go over a play. And that's what Alex Bachman been. He was previously on the Rams practice squad. And then we're going to the Ohio State product, another undrafted free agent, Benjamin Victor. I watched him when he was in college. I liked what I saw. I thought he'd get drafted, honestly. Same with Austin Mack. I thought these two would both get drafted. It's crazy how we landed both of them. It's hard because I know Austin Mack, if he doesn't make the team, he's practice squad no matter what. Like, you're gonna see that for sure, that he's practice squad stamped if he doesn't make the team. And it could be it could be either Benjamin Victor or Austin Mack with this one. It's really a toss-up. I like Victor more because of the height, and I think we have we have no one above 6'2", in the first 6. So I think we need some height there. David Stills is, he'd be a good prospect. It's just 53, man. There's not a lot of spots. So I went with Victor on this one. But definitely David Stills and Austin Mack, definitely practice squad stamped. Johnny Holton was just brought on, so I did some research on him. I know he played for the Steelers. I cannot tell you, where he's going to be. He hasn't even practiced yet, from what I know. I think they start practice. I think him and Logan Ryan start practice tomorrow, if I'm correct. So we're going to go to tight ends. We're at 14. So I have Evan Ingram. That's stamped. Caden Smith, who had a wonderful second half of the season last year. Yeah, he's a 2-year product. He has a lot of upside. He has a lot of upside with, vertical threat, and he has pretty good blocking. He's 6'5", 250, and he's really young. And then we have Levine Toilolo, who came from the 49ers, was a former Falcon. Fun fact about Toilolo, he actually, for a Falcons game, they had no more tackles. Every tackle was injured, and they filled him in. I think he played the rest of the game at tackle for like 3 quarters or something like that. And this is a tight end that, he looks like a tight end, just a, little beefy one, but so he's definitely a certified blocker for us, which is good. You always need a blocker, especially, when you have guys like Saquon in your backfield. These down here, Eric Thomason and Garrett Dickerson, these guys actually, one of them I think could make it, and that would bump one guy out of my list. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go with 4 tight ends and be one. It'd either be Eric or Garrett, for sure. Both have had pretty good camps from what I'm understanding, and especially Tomlinson. So I think Tomlinson has a better shot. But you never know, they can go with age here. So these guys could potentially make it here, Tomlinson and Dickerson. So now we're going to go down to linemen. So we got a lot of these. Starting at 17, Andrew Thomas. Obviously, the Giants' first-round pick. He's been showing huge signs of improvement every single day. He gets a lot of praise from his O-line fellas and his D-line teammates. They're all praising him, saying, he's a really smart kid. He works on his hands a lot. and he's quicker than what they imagined. Cam Fleming out of the Cowboys O-line, came with Mark Colombo. Good vet presence to have on your O-line, and he's a guy that can switch around, so he's a swing tackle. Same with Matt Pert. Well, that's what they're trying to do with Matt Pert, make him a swing tackle. Played at UConn, really good college career, a lot of upside, really athletic, and he's the tallest lineman right now on their roster. But yeah, he's really versatile, really, from what I'm seeing on all the camp videos and his UConn tape. Will Hernandez, stamped. I think Will Hernandez will have a Pro Bowl season this year, at the guard position. Then we have Kevin Zeitler, already a former Pro Bowler. That's stamped. Nick Gates is someone who is highly regarded to be the next center for the Giants. Definitely can see it. If he doesn't start right away, they'll probably put in someone like who I have down here to make this team. Spencer Pulley. Shane LeMay, who's definitely going to be a depth guy to start out because he's rookie. But I could definitely see Shane LeMay work his way up into the starting lineup. One season or another, because he has a lot of upside. The guy's a real hog molly, as Gettleman likes to say. So here I have 53 question mark because John Halapio, he was with the Giants for 2 years. Previous season, he had an ACL injury, so he was out. But before the injury, he was doing pretty well. So I think that was enough for them to get him back. He just got a workout, just got signed. That's why he's in question mark right now, because guys spent no time with the football team or playing football and in this new system. So I don't know, Spencer Pulley's definitely going to be there because all the high praise he's been getting from, offensive line coach Colombo. So now we're going to go to defensive line, starting at 25. We have Dexter Lawrence, big sexy Dex. Guy's a beast, man. He's definitely going to have a great season this year. He had a fantastic rookie season. I think he was rated around 17 for PFF rookies. Defensively, I think he was like 8 or 6 or something around there. But yeah, man, guy's a baller. Really good with run defense, and he definitely gets his hand up there. That's the thing that you have to be aware of, Dexter Lawrence. He gets his hands up there, so it makes it hard for quarterbacks to, throw under pressure. Leonard Williams. This is a contract year for Williams in a way. Well, he got the tag. He got to show what he can do, or not. They're just gonna move on with him because they're not going to pay him that much. The Giants are not going to pay you the money you want if you haven't proved that you deserve that money. That's just how the Giants are. That's how they've always been. A lot of teams like to take chances. Giants do not do that. They do that for free agents in the past, but they don't do that with their their own players. So if you ain't doing that playing, you ain't gonna get that paying for sure. BJ Hill, good depth guy, and not only that, I think BJ Hill is actually a really solid starter in this league. He could be a very good starter. He's already shown he could be. But for this line, it's him and Tomlinson, scratching for reps against each other. But I could definitely see him ended up, if both remain healthy, ended up getting the same amount of reps at the end of the year. Probably switch out a lot. RJ McIntosh is a maybe. I only had 2 maybes, was John and RJ McIntosh. I was going to bring it up at the end, but it's just because defensive line and O-line are the only really, positions that it's good to have enough of. It's really good to have enough of, and that becomes with, special teams and, filling in guys a lot and rotating. Those are the positions, are the mostly like that, and linebackers as well. So I have Austin Johnson from the Titans making it. I think Austin Johnson's a good veteran presence. He's been doing it for a little bit. Real strong guy. He looked good in camp. So is Dalen Mack here. He came from the Ravens. A lot of these guys have had good camp, so it's going to be hard on Saturday for Coach Judge for sure. But yeah, we're going to move on to the linebackers at 30. Marcus Golden, of course, led the team in sacks last year. Got him back on a very cheap deal. Gettleman did a really good job on that. Lorenzo Carter expected to have a breakout season this year. Hopefully, if he doesn't, they'll probably move on from him. Kyle Fracco came from the Packers, known to getting to the quarterback, applying pressure to the quarterback consistently. Just hope we can bring that here. You got O'Shane, X-Man, definitely going to make the roster. You know, there's a lot of talk on him having a breakout season as well, along with Carter. You know, hoping they both mesh well. Cam Brown out of Penn State. I like Cam Brown a lot. I think he's really a versatile back. Thing about him, there's a lot of, the only criticism about him really is, you know, how small he is compared to the other outside backs. But he uses that to his advantage, and I think that's what the Giants are trying to do, is make a versatile defense, not a defense that only could do one thing, but use guys and what they can do, you know, not try to make them do something else they've never done. So I think that's why he got drafted, and I think that's why he's going to make the team. So Carter Coughlin, really good college career at Minnesota. The coaches have been praising him. That's the reason I have him on this. I haven't really seen much of his camp highlights or whatnot, but I've seen his college tape. He looked really good in college, like really good in college. But yeah, I haven't seen much camp tape from him, but coach has been raving about him. Devontae Downs would be a tough cut, but I'd see him making the practice squad. He's had a lot of hype around him lately, especially because he had a pretty good practice squad scrimmage the other day. Blake Martinez, obviously, I think who's going to be, you know, one of those guys wearing the captain patch this year for the Giants. You know, everyone talks about his vocal leadership in the backfield. Ryan Conley, who was down last year for the season, he's back. He's supposedly 100%. He looked really good in the beginning of the season, so let's hope he can stay that way. So yeah, he definitely makes a team. So this is when we get to nitty gritty. You got T.J. Brunson, T.J. Crowder. I have them making the team because there isn't that many inside linebacker depth here. Ryan Conley can't be the only one. David Mayo's out for the season, I believe. Josiah Tafoa, he's been a practice squad a lot. I think 2 years in a row with the Giants, 3 years. He got moved up towards the end of the season last year, but I think they're going to go with T.J. Brunson and Tay Crowder out of Georgia. These guys have been showing up at camp. They're liked by all their coaches. I really like what I've been seeing from Tay Crowder. I saw his practice squad highlight. He looked really good. But yeah, so that'll be all the linebackers. So now we're on to 40. It's defensive backs. James Bradbury, obviously free agent acquisition. A given, he's going to be their CB1. Corey Ballentine, there's a lot of talk about him, you know, having an improved season, but in camp he's been outshone out by younger guys like Darnay Holmes, Askew Henry, and yeah, so it puts him back a little bit, especially with the Darnay Holmes doing so well. But he's still going to get his reps, I believe. And also because Logan Ryan's now part of the Giants. And from what they've been saying, he's going to be used. Basically what they've been saying is he's going to be used as a safety and a corner. So they're going to use him both ways. So that takes away snaps from Corey as well. But he still makes the squad because I think he's a really good depth guy for now. Grant Haley as well. I don't like Grant Haley, honestly, personally. I don't think he's that good of a corner. But I guess he's a pretty good depth guy. He's got me pretty angry sometimes watching him cover some guys. But yeah, he's definitely going to make the squad, though. Also a special teams guy. So we got Jabril Peppers for safeties. I'm projecting Jabril Peppers to have a crazy season this year. He looked really good before he got injured last year, and his injury wasn't something very serious, but it was towards the end of this year, and, you know, there was no rush to get him back. We weren't making the playoffs. Logan Ryan, I think, is one of the best acquisitions they had all offseason, besides Julian Peppers. The Bradbury accusation and Blake Martinez accusation. Yeah, Logan Ryan brings a lot to the defense. He's only 29. He's just a really versatile corner / safety. You know, you can put him in the gap. You can put him, you know, slot. It doesn't matter. I think he'll get the job done. He led the team he led the league in tackles last year. Yeah, so Logan Ryan, great acquisition for the Giants. That's a win for them. Julian Love looked very good at free safety when. Sorry about that, guys. Julian Love looked very good at free safety last year when he was filling in for Peppers. So I definitely see him having a pretty big importance in the rotation this year. I like Julian Love a lot. I like him more than Haley and Askew and Ballantine. Yeah, Julian Love has a lot of upside for me. I'm sold on him. I liked what I saw in Notre Dame. I think I see his game progressing from his final college season to now. You could see the progression within Julian Love, and you love to see it. Xavier McKinney, obviously a steal for the Giants in the second round. He's the best safety out of that draft. He's injured with a foot injury. It's a foot fracture. Supposedly, he's supposed to be back, I think, a week before the bye. But at the end of the day, he's a rookie. You don't really want to rush guys. I think it depends on where the Giants are at the bye. If they're 1-4 or 1-5 or whatever it is, just wait till after the bye. There's no reason to have him back. But if the Giants are winning some games, definitely try to get him back if he's healthy, if he's ready to play. Nate Ebner is a safety, but he's not going to be used as a safety. He's going to be used as a special teamer. He's actually a really good special teamer from New England. There's a Joe Judge and Nate Ebner connection from New England there. Montre Hartridge is a guy that is also on the look too. There's a lot of good impressions with him. Same with Chris Williamson. I can see definitely Williamson making the practice squad also. But Hartridge, there's just different. I saw some camp footage of him. He looked pretty good to me, especially working on special teams. But it just, at the end of the day, there's only 53 spots, so there's not that many spots, and I think they have a good amount of corners here. Maybe they pick him up with the McKinney injury, but I don't know. We'll just have to see Saturday. These are my projections. Then we have Riley Dixie, of course, and Graham Gano, and the long snapper Casey Kreider. So that's for me is the 2020-2021 New York Giants football roster for this year. Those are my 53. If you guys disagree, let me know. If you agree, let me know. Put on the comments below. I really don't give a damn. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna do me. You ready? So tune in next time. Sorry about that. Someone's calling me. So tune in next time. I'll have other projections up if you guys would like that as well. Please like the video if you can, subscribe if you can, share, whatever, do all that good jazz. But yeah, I'm going to try to upload at least 2 videos a week, guys, maybe more, depends. It's all on you guys at the end of the day. I love talking sports. I could do it all day, but, I got 2 other guys on this channel as well, Xavier and Pat. They'll be on here very soon, just everything with COVID. It's kind of delaying everything, so yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later.